everyone, or good afternoon now. So we're just going to go into our
Good morning.
COVID update.
Good morning.
Good morning, that's Nigeria. Hey,
morning,
praise
sis.
God. Oh, good afternoon here, actually.
Oh, good afternoon. It's an afternoon in Nigeria. So we are going on to update on COVID-19.
Yeah.
And this afternoon, we're going to talk about home remedy. Home remedy in the sense that we've talked about taking when you have like mild symptoms or when you have like breathing difficulties, especially at this time that they tell you that when you call 111, they tell you to stay at home and just be there until you can finally not breathe anymore. But it will not be our portion. But as many as of us would want to get understanding of this COVID-19, it would help us a long way. I'm going to first recap before we go into actual remedy when you have really big breathing difficulty. So we've been talking about COVID-19 and how it's caused by the coronavirus. I think is the SAR-12 they call it. And basically what the virus does is they don't actually, you can't really find a cure for the virus. Yeah, you can't have a cure for the virus in the sense that we've discovered now that the viruses or most viruses are self-limiting. And because they are self-limiting, they also mutate rapidly. That means they change shapes. They call them like shape shifters.
Wow.
So when
Shape shifters.
So they change because they mutate and they're changing. It's very difficult to actually have a specific medication towards that. It's just like if you target in pharmacy when you target when you're doing you're preparing your medication, when they're producing medication, what they will do is probably just attack the walls of the organism that is causing the infection. But because they are changing, if we prepare a medicine that will target that for this wall, it would probably not be effective in that if they keep changing. So that's why they become resistant if you have a specific remedy or medication for it. So we have to bear that in mind.
Sorry, let me just butt in. I was reading something recently about advice by scientists in China. Now, the scientists were warning whoever is going to prepare the vaccine that they should be aware that this virus has mutated 33 times. So is that the reason why the vaccination is not readily available?
I even think with the way the study of this viruses, the way they've studied so far, I think getting a vaccination would be very difficult, because if they're saying that they're changing shapes and they prepare a particular vaccination towards it,
and it changes again.
So
that will fail.
So what's going to happen? Young scientists.
Sorry, I just wanted to say the fact that you said it's self-limiting is interesting.
Yeah.
Because I remember saying this as well in a group chat maybe 2 weeks ago. I said that people are not dying purely of the virus. They're dying because of a combination of factors. And self-limiting actually means that it has a limitation in the pain that it can cause you and the intensity of the disease. So most viruses, just like HIV, won't actually kill you, but they can cause you a great amount of pain that would make you want to give up the ghost. Yeah. And that's what HIV does as well, in combination with other diseases. It intensifies your pain, and so when your pain is so intense, some people can't go on. But a virus itself won't want to kill a host because then it dies itself.
Yeah.
Bacteria can continue to proliferate and take over a whole body.
Well, the
A virus won't want to
self-limiting.
do that because if the virus became your body, it would die because viruses must have another body to attach themselves to. So they can't live on their own. Yeah.
So thank you, Isaac. So basically, from what we have said, is self-limiting. So that means they don't last a long time, and we have to bear in mind that even when one is attacked by the virus, they have a very limited time. It's the actual effect they leave on the body that would actually result, because even when the virus attacks the body, your body defense is there. You understand? The defense of the body is there. And so because the defense of the immune system, your immune system actually, I'll use the word slug it out, in the sense that your immune system fights it out until it wins over the virus. Basically. And so that's why we also been stressing the fact that you need to boost your immune system. When you boost your immune system, then your body can fight it. And that's why some people, when they get the virus, you can't even see any symptoms in them, because the immune system is already fighting it over, and so they are more like carriers. They're not infected by it. So then some people, because the virus is infected the body slightly, and your body is fighting over it, so you get mild symptoms like cough and colds, which we already talked about.
Yeah.
That you need some cough remedy, or maybe like make the tea preparation we talked about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or you can constantly take in paracetamol in the next few 3 to 4 days. And that's also based on the fact that we know that their effect is not that long, it won't last long. But once they are, once you take that, your body recovers. You're only treating the disease, the symptoms, and you're not killing the virus. And so there are 2 different types of treatment. In this type of virus, it cannot be definite. It cannot be definite in the sense that you cannot attack the virus. There's no drug as so far that can kill the virus based on the mutation. And also there's the supportive one. Supportive one, there are different stages. If you get it really bad, I don't mean you, if someone gets it really bad, that you know, then we can go on to the stage where we want to discuss today. And that's, I will make reference to a woman that actually brought it up, and her name is called Lovid. If you type on your YouTube and type in Lovid, L-O-V-I-D.
Lovid.
Even typing in Lovid will bring her up. So if you type it up, Lovid talks about the home remedy, whereby somebody has gone to the stage whereby it has become a place whereby you're finding it difficult to breathe, and you're very restless, very in so much pain. Then you can do this one. And it's very important that you have somebody that will help you, or somebody by your side, because it involves hot water.
You need help.
So I'm going to share it briefly, and then you can look in the on the YouTube. Once you look on the YouTube, you can find it, and it will tell you more about it. Yeah. So what you need to do is basically.
Please, can we mute our mics for the moment? Really, I will have to mute you.
She also advised that you can start, you can start even when you start feeling some, not even, you don't have to get to the breathing stage, difficulty breathing. You can start right from the time you start feeling like cold symptoms or cough. So once you start feeling that kind of feeling, or when you start feeling cough or feeling uncomfortable, get a bowl of, get the bowl. You will need salt and hot water. Boil your water. You can do it in two different ways. You can either boil the water. I'll tell about the boiling of the water first, and then you can go on to.
Busola.
Yes, sir.
I can't hear you properly.
You can't hear me properly?
No.
Okay. I'll try and speak louder.
No, is it your microphone or something?
No. But you can hear me now.
Everybody's hearing us, Ato.
I can. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So what you need to do now is you need salt water. It is advised that it's going to be is your salt at home. You don't mix with any bath salt or any
table salt.
It's only just your table cooking salt, okay. Sodium chloride. The reason why is because when the water will be hot, but you're not. The reason why she explained in the book on the channel that it's very important that you bear in mind that if you follow the process, you have no worry about burning yourself, because what it does, you are using an hypertonic water, whereby you put 100 grams of salt in a bowl of 500 ml of water, hot water, and the water must be boiled to about 75 degrees, not above 70. And please don't make it up to 100. So put in water, then you use a flannel or a hand towel, not a flannel, hand towel. Dip the tip of the hand towel in the bowl, and then fold it. Take it out of the water and fold the towel over so that you drain the water. It has to. The towel doesn't have to drip. Water in it. Yeah. You don't make sure the water is not dripping, and then you damp it over yourself. Can I have the towel there? That one is too big. You should use that. Yeah, I'll just use that anyway. I'll use this one. So let's say this is a hand towel. You dip the hand in water, in the salt water, hot water, and just fold it in and squeeze it out, and then use the hand to just, don't leave it for more than 1 second on your body, around the neck, around the chest and the back. And once you see that, do that for about 5 minutes. If it's getting cold, put it back in the hot water, but make sure that the water is above 75 degrees, and make sure that you have enough salt in it. Because what it does, the salt doesn't allow the blister, and it doesn't allow the water to burn you. You may feel uncomfortable, but the salt actually protects the skin from burning. And that is why I tell people when they get burned or they have a burn, like oil burn or water burn, immediately you burn yourself, just dump a big amount of salt on it, and that will stop your skin from blistering or burning. Even though it might be painful, but you want to prevent burning when you do that. So because of the salt in the water, it will prevent that. The second method, if you don't want to go through the dipping your hand in hot water, you can make a bowl of water, 100 grams of salt, and pour cold water in it, on 500 ml of water in 100 grams, stir it, and then dip your hand towel into the bowl, take it out, fold it, and put it in the microwave. Heat it for about 2 to 3 minutes on the highest heat, and bring it out, then damp it, like I said, over your neck and shoulder for about 5 to 10 minutes. If you, it is advisable that you have 2 of this flannel in the microwave, because you can always swap around, and don't leave it on your skin for more than it's been proven that it works. And she also gave testimony of the COVID people that she treated and how they found relief from it. If you have somebody that has really had really bad situation and they had to they need oxygen, or you can, if this doesn't work, she also advised doing a hot water bath.
Yeah.
So you need to, the procedure is there on the YouTube, and you just need to get yourself in,
immerse in the water.
You need to immerse in water, but you need help. You need somebody to be there to help you. So what it needs to be done is get about 1 to 2 kg of salt this time, because it involves it involves the bathtub. So you need to get about 1 kg to 2 kg of salt. Then run the bath to about top level. You run
when you go, it doesn't pour out. That's what I mean.
You run enough water from about 35 degrees centigrade, and put, whereby you can lie in the bath first comfortably, but not more than about, how would I say it? What's that size of? 2 centimeters. Looks like 5 centimeters. About 5 centimeters high of water. Get yourself in it. So first, and then gradually, don't put hot cold water anymore. Gradually increase the hot water until the water is about 50 degrees centigrade and above, maybe like 50 to 60. Like we said, it's uncomfortable, but because of the salt in the water, it will not allow your skin to burn, but it would help. And then with that, you get the flannel with the salt and water you did before, and just damp yourself all around it. I mean, we don't want your loved ones to die, or anyone you get that but we know that we have lost 1 or 2 people to this COVID virus, and we know that if we had known this, it wouldn't have happened. But you know it now, because once you have the knowledge and you can apply it, then you won't have to worry, but you know that you have the remedy. You don't have to wait for the doctors, even when the doctors are not helping. Amen. So we have said that if you are not, you need to go back onto the screen, and that would YouTube, that would explain more. They will tell you more about it, and you'll be able to apply it if you need to. I mean, we go to work every day, we face people every day, but for one reason or the other, we know it's by God's guidance that we've been doing it. We come back from work and we run a really hot bath. We run a hot bath. When we come back from work, we run a hot bath. And that's helped to open the airways properly, and we believe, but for one reason we know that the virus doesn't like hot environment. So we just do whatever, we just do it, and that's
I think that at times information is very powerful, and at this time when doctors are struggling with a massive amount of people in hospitals, I think things like this helps people to know what to do in case they find themselves in situations that warrants the need for this kind of remedy. And also, the beauty of that is that when you go on that side and you watch the video, don't hold on to it by yourself. Share with other people. Share with your loved ones. I believe that COVID-19 is already defeated. Amen. I strongly believe that on Good Friday, I strongly believe that it is finished.
When they prayed that it is finished.
So I believe that the residue of what is finished is what's going on. But we can stop this wicked virus. We can save a lot of lives by looking at this remedy and applying them as it should be applied.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we're doing this here,
Yeah.
just to educate ourselves, so that I learned from one of our leaders in First Squad about the church that he went to minister, and where 30 up to 30 members of their leadership have died to COVID. It's a big church in America, but when 30 people die relative to COVID, it angers me as a child of God that our Christians are dying. So we're not going to be ignorant, because there was a time that said, oh, black people don't die, or black people don't catch COVID. And that's a lie. Thank God that a lot of people now realize that the amount of black people that have died so far is much more than what they told us.
We've been ignorant about it.
You want to say something quickly?
Not that, God forbid that we wish this upon ourselves, but I had a thought the other week, right? And it was, people are upset that Christians are dying because of COVID. And if anything, no one should be dying before their time, but we should be more upset that unbelievers are dying, because we know where our brethren are going. Do you get what I'm saying? You can't find Christ in death. You find him here on your time.
Yeah, come on.
So it's like, if God forbid that be the case, but if anyone was to be dying, we would want to go first, so that the ones here have a chance to know God.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I like that one. But I'm ready to go, yeah.
It's nobody's time.
So it's very important that we know. And also, I forgot, I was going to put this at the beginning as well, that the best form of treatment, or the best form of treatment for this virus, is prevention. And that is what the government is trying to do. Prevention, in the sense that they need to, either by modification of social and lifestyle habits. So, and I think that's why the government, or why they have put lockdown in place, and that is why they have asked us to do the distancing. Is very important, because that is the best form of prevention you can have, to break the chain of transmission. The thing is, they're easily transmitted, and because of that, that is very important. And please don't be over spiritual, or don't take it for granted, in the sense that you may say, oh, I've seen my auntie, let me hug. When they say keep your distance, no hugging, not this, is because some people, they will be carriers, but they won't be able, they're not infected. They're not showing symptoms. So if you hug somebody that you think, because it's not showing symptoms, and you've transmitted to you, and they're not strong enough, so for the safety and for us to terminate this virus is very, very important. Let your hugging be within your immediate family, in the sense that you're
living within the same house.
People you are living in the same house. If you're people that you're not living in the same house, keep your distance. If I have to go to my mom now, I'll keep my distance.
Well,
because we've been far apart. We have to be far apart for the 14 days.
Yeah.
So keep away for 14 days. Once you're sure that 14 days, no symptoms, nothing has appeared, come together, and that's the best prevention that we can have for now, to stop the transmission of this disease. Otherwise, if the report is increasing, or the government will continue to lock us down. And if we want to come out of this lockdown, it's best we keep to the lockdown, the instructions that we're given. We went to Montauk yesterday just to grab some food to buy into the house. But you could see the amount of people out there walking and strolling on the streets. I mean,
they're not buying anything.
They're not buying anything. They're not doing exercise. They're just hanging around. What for? When you're told to keep away, it's very important to stay away and keep to the instructions that we're being given, and that can help us. And if we follow that when we get to our places, above all, don't forget your PPE, personal protective
equipment.
equipment. So please keep that on. I mean, I went out
Both,
yesterday and I forgot
both
to
spiritually and physically.
physically. And don't forget your Psalms 46. We talked about it last week, and we talked about 91, and we talked about Psalm 23. I mean, there are other Psalms in the Bible that we've even discovered during the week that talks about God, our refuge. I mean, our protection that will keep us and will not allow any sickness or diseases to come near us. So please, let's put that in mind. And
What Sam? Where was that quoted?
Psalm 91, Psalms 46 and 23.
Right. Okay.
Is there any question for me?
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
I hope we're all clear. Okay.
Wait. I've got a question. It's 21 and 23.
Psalm 23, Psalm 46, and Psalm 91.
4 to 6 and Psalm 21.
No, 23 and 91.
And 91. So Psalm 23 from 4 to 6 and Psalm 91.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Psalm chapter 23, Psalm chapter 46, the whole thing, and the whole of Psalm chapter 91.
Running out of thing, but you.
Arthur, my assignment to you is that you read those Psalms, and then I'm going to give you time to share with us what you read. So Psalm 23, right. Psalm 46, and Psalm 91. So that's your assignment.
Slow down for me. 6.
Yeah, Arthur.
Say that again.
Time is running out, and somebody else has a question.
After, I'll send you the text.
She will text.
Yeah, do that, please.
We will do that. Elodie, go on with your question.
I was just thinking, PM, you know, you said after 14 days, people can meet up. So I'm just wondering, so is that why there's a lot of people meeting up in the park and being outside?
I don't think so.
Let me explain the 14 days.
It's for people within your house.
For example, Sophie is away from the house at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So she needs 14 days to be clear before she can join us.
All right.
You understand? She can't just join us. If she joins us and she has it, God forbid, we all have it. So because she's not, and then we're going to Sophie as well. We have to make sure that for 14 days, nothing is emerged around us. Then we can go because we are daily interacting with people.
Right.
It is very wrong for anybody to think they can come and associate with us because we don't even know. I'm not praying we'll catch it, and I believe that we will not catch it. But you don't know during those periods when you have come in contact with somebody and we can't even manifest it. Yeah. If somebody had come in contact with us, you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
Now, and you now pass that over to your loved ones, you kill them.
Yeah.
So, for example, now if the borders are open and I go to Nigeria, I am not allowed to go and see grandma until after 14 days.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
You get it? Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, PM. I've got a question. PM.
Yes.
It's funny you should say about the salt, bathing in the salt and dabbing your body with the salt.
Yeah.
What I've been doing this for such a long time. I've been using Himalayan salt in my bath whenever I have a bath.
Yeah.
So,
that is good. But this particular, because of the temperature of the water, you want it really hot. If you put Himalayan salt in really hot water, the degrees we are talking about, like 60 to 70 degrees, is going to burn you.
So Himalayan salt can't do it. It's got to be tablespoon salt.
Yeah, because that's what I've been using in my bath, the Himalayan salt.
Yeah, but the temperature at which you are going in that is just okay for your skin not to be burned. But if you do it in the temperature we are talking about, you're going to burn yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Mama. Right. Is that it? Anybody else?
So let's
Like,
he's going to, yeah?
just quickly,
Yeah.
in the evening times in the morning, Sophie squeezes some orange juice for us to drink. And then what I do is I keep the peelings of the orange juice, I cut them up, put them in a water container, in the water, with water in it, and I put some lemon juice in it. Doesn't that build up the immune system?
Yeah, that is good for your immune system because the oranges are good vitamin C. So this way you can't get
she would throw them away. So I've stopped her from throwing them away, and I put them into a water container. Pour water in that, and overnight I drink it in the next morning.
Are you talking about the skin?
Yes, that's what
Yes, the peelings of the orange juice. She takes the orange juice out of it, squeezes it. We drink the orange juice, and then she used to throw the skin away, the orange skin away. So I keep it and I cut it up, put it into some water.
Arthur, don't forget that there's the skin that covers the orange and the skin that covers the juice. So which one are you talking about?
Both. When she squeezed it, okay, when she squeezed it, it's no longer an orange, it's just got its skin. All the juice has been taken from it. We drank that. Instead of throwing that away, I cut it up and I put it into a vase and put water in it, and then I drink the water.
I think you're right, because we've just checked that out now, that the peel contains more vitamins than the orange itself.
Really?
Yes, it's just been checked just now. Now, what I can also say is this. You know, when you drink the juice, I eat the roughage. I eat them because
that goes in it as well. We have roughage in it. We have the roughage in it. She squeezes it. So if she squeezes it, and all the orange juice with the roughage goes into the little container that we drink.
That's good. That's good.
And the drinks, it tastes so different from the orange that we used to buy in cartons. That she stopped buying the cartons, and we just buy the orange.
We'll go and experiment on that and come back to you on that one. Anybody else has a question before we stop this? No question.
It's best to take fresh oranges rather than buying, like Ato said, rather than buying the cartons, because the carton ones, they're full of sugar. So you take your orange juice from home yourself. You don't need to buy from the shops or buy the carton ones. They've made it up with sugar, matter what.
So your suggestion is that natural orange is better than
fresh fruit.
Fresh orange is better than carton.
Yeah.
So everyone knows that. If you've been drinking carton oranges at home, thinking you're taking vitamin C, you're only taking sugar.
Yeah.
So we all know that today. Please buy fresh oranges. Stop taking carton oranges, carton pineapple.